I think that sometimes it would be nice if people would just, say hi more. I know that it can make people feel uncomfortable when they first meet a blind person because they've never seen one before, and so they're kind of scared to know what to do. But at the same time, I would want people to just get past that. My name is Vayas, and I'm an English major, and I'm a sophomore, and I live in Rains. So I've been blind since birth. It's a pretty rare condition that I have that not many people have heard of. It's a genetic condition, though, and I used to be able to see some light and shadows, but that was it, so no color. But then I lost all that vision when I was like 13 or 14. But when you're born with a visual impairment, you often just automatically, there's the risk of you losing that vision. I think that what's difficult for me is that I have a hard time like with a mental map in my head. So I know a lot of people have like a map in their head of where they're going and they can kind of like fill it in, but I can only fill mine in with practice getting from one place to the other. And it's something that I've had a problem with that actually not all, like even some of my blind friends don't always have that problem with it. And I've been told before, though, that it's not necessarily a blindness problem, that there's a lot of sighted people that also have that problem. And then I think the other thing that I've always been found hard that a lot of people would really just take for granted is just some general life skills that you'd think are like really basic. Like, for example, I'm still learning how to cut with a fork and knife, and it's hard because it's like your different hands are doing different things at different angles. But like, it's hard to, if you explain that to someone, they're like, what? Because they would think that, that it's really easy, but just have them do it with their eyes closed and then they'd see, I guess. And sometimes it's also a little frustrating when I sometimes get turned around when I'm walking someplace and people just walk past. It's just something that people just inevitably do because they're really rushing and so they don't necessarily see. I feel that my friends that I've met are actually more helpful than just like random people. So for example, if you had a class at 6:40 and it was 6:30 and you were looking and I was looking for something, then I feel that you'd be more inclined to help and be late for your class than someone I've just never met. I just think it's really kind of scary is the best way to say it, that the way that people who are really unsure about blindness will just take whatever you tell them, even if it means that you're taking advantage of the situation. Like, for example, if you were to say something like, blind people can walk, but they can't run, then that sounds really ridiculous, doesn't it? But people often just take it because that's what they think, because that's what you told them.